we're leaving Orsk and we're continuing towards Orenburg first of all. And Orsk is a town. It's quite a small town. The population is not even 200,000 people. What was surprising about the city that they still have trams, you know, the old one Soviet Union trams still working, functioning. Also bought a car insurance in Orsk because on the way, on the highway, there will be police and they might check it. So that's really important to have it. So the insurance cost 3,000 rubles, and they calculate the price based on the horsepower of your car. And it's interesting that if you don't pay for the insurance, you'll be fined for not having it, but the fine will be 400 rubles only. So it's up to you to either pay the fine or get an insurance. So if one thing you need to consider when getting an insurance, no international cards will be working here. Only if you have a local Russian bank card, or you have to carry cash with you. About the road from Orsk to Orenburg, we were told yesterday, we met someone, we met a guy who is a truck driver, and he told us a little bit about local roads, and he said that there is a 100 kilometer segment from Orsk to Orenburg where the road is, to be honest, not great, and the speed limit is well, it's different. Sometimes it's 40 like it is now, and can be higher, but overtaking is prohibited. You cannot, there are many sections of the road where overtaking is not allowed. That really slows you down. So be prepared for that if you're gonna drive this road. And we are still moving towards Orenburg, and the road now has changed. It used to be almost all the way it was just two lanes, and now it's wider. Well, in general, it's not a bad road. Only first 80 or 100 kilometers were a bit bumpy, but now it's quite a good one. So I want to tell you things about Orenburg that maybe you didn't know. This city was founded in 1743 when there was a need to defend. There was a need for a fortress to defend the territories of the Russian Empire. For 20 years, when it was founded, the city was named Chkalov, after a pilot, a famous Russian pilot, who never lived and never visited the city, but it was named after him. The city is located at the river Ori, and therefore its name. Orenburg is very famous in Russia and in other countries for the production of quality shawl-like scarves, or just shawls. And it was made of wool, of the fur of goats that were famous for its quality, and only in this region these goats could be raised. And when other traders and vendors tried to buy the goats from here and bring to their countries and their cities, due to the change of the climate, the goats changed, the quality of the fur changed, and it was pointless. At some point, the city was used as an exile, was a place of exile of many famous Russian poets and composers, and also political figures. Another interesting thing that world famous first astronaut Yuri Gagarin studied in the military aviation college here in Orenburg.
Здесь у них торгово-развлекательные комплексы, но что-то они какие-то пустоватые, либо потому что здесь до 94 градусов. Это больше 30 градусов по Цельсию. Ну, пробок нет, у них здесь развязки, и в принципе нормально едет.
The city is rather big. It has the population of 500,000. 500,000 people live here. So the streets are quite wide, residential towers, everything, shopping malls, and old buses and trolley buses. I wonder if they also have trams here, like in Orsk. It's all Soviet Union style. Another interesting thing is that the quality of petroleum in Russia is way better. Like the consumption of petrol decreased significantly since we started topping up the fuel tank at local Russian gas stations.
Yes.
Because we had some fuel left in the tank and we just topped it up at a local gas station, the consumption, the indication already changed from 8 to 6 liters per 100 kilometers. But if we fill the tank from the empty to full with a local fuel, it will be even less. This is probably one of the central avenues, therefore it's really wide. But that's really good. That's important for the city. When the population starts growing and it is associated with more cars. And we have noticed that there are no separate lanes for public transport. In Almaty, the right lane normally is designated for public transport only, but here you can drive on the right lane together with the public transport. We have booked a room in a hotel. That's the name of the hotel. And that's what it looks like. Let's see. We have 2 separate beds, and if you want a big one, you'll have to pay extra, a bit more. Let's see the bathroom. Looks nice. Shower. There is a closet. It's quite big. Oh, we have bathrobes and there is a shelf on top. So a lot of space to store your belongings. Right there at the end of the building, that's our windows. So the room is facing this quiet it's land view, but it's really tranquil and peaceful. Hotel is everything is the decor, the interior is made in the style of The Great Gatsby. There's a restaurant which is named Gatsby. Even the carpet here you can see is stylized. There is an iron of common use, and also there is water in the hall. This is the restaurant, and breakfast is from 7 to 11. So this restaurant is made in the style of a famous novel, The Great Gatsby. So this letter G, as you see, represents Gatsby. Breakfast is not a buffet, but you need to choose from the list, and there is the main course, additional ingredients, and dessert, drinks, and different beverages. So that's really interesting. That's what I have chosen. Here in the backyard of the hotel, I believe this is a summer restaurant. So probably the season will start soon. Yeah, it's not functioning now. Maybe it's a different restaurant, not the one that is inside, because there's a name, Don Quixote. So probably that's a different restaurant which is being renovated and prepared for the season, I guess. This is for golf, no? Mini golf. I just asked, and this is actually for special events, for weddings, for some kind of celebrations.
Со всей России учат.
Today we're leaving Orenburg, and we're headed now towards Samara. It's our next destination point. The impression of the city was good. We liked the city. It's nice, peaceful, and the driver's opinion was that the other drivers are very civilized and polite, and there is no mess on the roads. And I went yesterday. I went to one of the local stores next to the hotel, and people were really polite there. And at the hotel, of course. Well, in general, the impression is good. It's a very green city. We have now entered the M5 highway, and all the way to Samara the road will be very good, like this one. And I'm not sure about the speed limit now. It says 90. As we are driving out of the city, we see two plants here. The first one is gas processing plant, and the second one is helium plant. Helium plant. Samara was founded in 1586, and the population is quite big. It's 1 million and almost 200,000 people. It's a large economic, transport, scientific, educational and cultural center. Samara is also a major center of mechanical engineering and metal working, metallurgy, oil refining, food processing, and also space and aviation industries. It's interesting that all Russian and Soviet Union astronauts who went into space used the rockets. The rockets used for that were designed in Samara. Well, this road, the M5 highway, it's not a toll road, it's a free road, but it changes the number of lanes. So sometimes it's 2 lanes, like now, for example, and previously it was a bit wider on as we were going uphill, it was 3 lanes. Yeah, so you see the landscapes, the fields are quite green, beautiful. So as we keep driving this M5 highway, it doesn't meet the expectations that although it's M5, M stands for Federal Highway, and this road is supposed to be of a decent and a good quality, but actually what we sometimes experience on this road is that it has been fixed and mended with holes and patches on it, and it's sometimes a bumpy road, and the speed limit is 90 most of the time, and sometimes it is reduced to 70, especially in the areas of bus stops and intersections. And I was reading yesterday about this road on the internet, on different forums, because we wanted to know what to expect of it, and some people wrote that it's possible to drive 120, 130 kilometers here, but in fact what we see along the side of the road, there are some these are not like real graves, but just the crosses, and it's an indication, it's like memorials maybe, that people died on this road. So it's really important, essential to not to speed, because it's dangerous and the road is not that great. As we were driving the highway, we saw this windmill and decided to drive closer and have a closer look. According to the information on the internet, it was built in 1848, but it looks like it's under reconstruction, it's being restored. As I mentioned earlier, Samara is a very important region. The city is very important. It's the economic and cultural center, and there are a lot of around 150 industrial enterprises and plants in the city. So here we are driving past an oil processing plant. Have already entered Samara. So Samara is actually a very interesting city to visit, and we haven't decided yet, but maybe we'll stay for another day, like we'll stay today, take some rest, and maybe spend some more time in the city tomorrow, because the city is interesting for tourism, because there are many places to visit. Samara is located on the Volga and Samara rivers, and the embankment here is believed to be one of the longest and one of the most beautiful embankments among all in Russian cities. There is a secret bunker, and now it's a museum. It's a bunker that was constructed, it was built in 1942. Also, there is a museum of spacecrafts and rockets and satellites and all the equipment and engines, which is also an interesting place to visit. There are many churches and cathedrals and parks and, you know. So now we are driving through, it looks like the suburbs of Samara. And since we started refueling the car in the territory of Russia, the consumption of fuel is dropping. And we were told by local people that sometimes people who live close to the border with Kazakhstan cross the border in order to buy fuel in Kazakhstan because it's cheaper there. But in fact, the quality of petrol here in Russia is much better. It's Euro 5, and if you know, there is a saying: if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. So there is no point actually buying a cheaper fuel because the quality is different. It's not just the price.
Впереди лежачий полицейский.
What we have already noticed is that roads are really bad. Well, at least that's what we see in the suburbs, on the outskirts. We're not really in the center right now. And another thing is the dumpsters, the trash bins look really messy. The litter is thrown, scattered around, so it doesn't look nice. The navigation app is showing us that the hotel, our hotel, is here, but look. That's our hotel that we were planning to have a look at. But there is a road construction, or not road, maybe pipes are being changed or something like that. It's problematic to to get there. I have been walking, taking a walk in the city, and what I have noticed that there are a lot of alcohol stores, like for example Orenburg, it's a beer shop, and red and white, this is wine. And in general, like as you walk in the city, there are many stores that sell alcohol, especially beer. Right now I am on the embankment at Volga River, and here is one of the sites of the city of Samara city, and it's this 20 meters high monument. That's a boat stele, and it depicts floating ships that used to float on this river with merchants and knights of that time. And this symbol of Samara is often seen on different souvenirs. From this angle, it's easier to see that it looks like a boat with a sail. A lot of people are walking with their dogs and with their kids. And down there is a public beach. A lot of people are having fun by the water, playing. Kids are playing on this sand hills. Volleyball. I see a lot of people riding bikes and running. The beach looks very clean. There's no trash, no litter. What I have noticed here in Samara, that there are many children just outside in the streets as you walk. I don't think we have that many kids walking along the streets in Almaty. And here there are a lot of young people, teenagers and kids. You can take a boat, go on an excursion on the Volga River. You can even ride a water jet. There is this really long restaurant. As I'm walking along the embankment, I see that people are really spending their time, evening time, actively playing different sport games, going for a run. Just look at that. So many people playing volleyball at the beach. Amazing. And many people enjoy watching other people play. If you get tired walking with your dog, here's a tip for you how you can do it. I even saw this guy, he was going the other way and the dog was on the board with him. Subboards. That's fun. And I am now walking towards this monument. I have reached another monument, another symbol of Samara, and it's a 40 meters tall stele with a worker holding wings of a plane. And it was funded, the construction was funded by workers of aviation plants. Everyone contributed $1 to construct this monument, and it symbolizes the contribution of workers in the sphere of aviation construction that was really essential, crucial in the victory in the World War II. And a really nice view from up here. Just look at that. The music is really loud coming from the fountains, and the sun has set. It's a really nice warm summer evening. And also we can see the St. George Church over there.